Hello, lady.
Hi. If the Canes win the playoffs on Monday, what Nelly song would you want them to celebrate to?
You know the alumni probably gonna play It Must Be the Money. You know what I'm saying?
Nelly after that backstage interview at 11 Miami nightclub because the way this man was talking had the internet doing math, calendars, and family planning all at once. Nelly had just come off that stage, energy high, crowd lit, sweat still fresh, and he stops to talk backstage where he casually drops a line that sent fans into full detective mode. He says he's probably gonna nail it tonight with his wife Ashanti after the performance, smiling, relaxed, confident, and very much in his grown married man era. Immediately, people weren't even focused on the show anymore. They were focused on what exactly he meant by that and why he chose to say it right there, right then, knowing cameras were rolling. Now let's get into the receipts because context matters. According to the footage circulating online, this wasn't some wild, out-of-control comment. Nelly wasn't slurring words, he wasn't acting reckless, he wasn't being explicit. He was calm, playful, and very self-assured. He talked about the performance, the crowd, the energy of Miami, and then smoothly pivoted to Ashanti, referring to her as his wife with pride. That alone already had fans emotional because we all know the history there. But when he added that little line about what he might be getting into later that night, fans believe it wasn't just flirtation, it was intention. The interview ends with him also saying, "I'm out here getting the money," which felt like a reminder that he's still focused, still working, still providing, still in his bag. Here's where it really makes you wonder, because social media did what social media always does. Within minutes, comments popped up saying things like, "Baby number 2 loading," "Ashanti better sit down somewhere," and "that man knows exactly what he's saying." Fans started connecting dots, pulling old interviews and bringing up how happy and settled Nelly has looked lately. Some fans even referenced past moments where Nelly talked about family, legacy, and slowing down, saying this comment fits right into that chapter of his life. Others were like, let's be real. Married people flirt. Married people joke. Everything doesn't have to turn into a pregnancy announcement, but you know how the internet goes. Let's be real, though. This isn't happening in a vacuum. Nelly and Ashanti have been very open lately about enjoying married life, parenting, and being in a peaceful space. They've been spotted together constantly. They speak highly of each other in interviews, and there's a softness to Nelly now that fans didn't always see before. So when he makes a comment like that, fans aren't pulling speculation out of thin air. They're reacting to a pattern, and that's not no light work because celebrities know exactly how their words land, especially in a climate where every sentence becomes a headline. Some fans also pointed out that Ashanti has been glowing lately, and you know how people love to police women's bodies and start rumors based on lighting, outfits, and camera angles. That's where things can get messy, and this is where allegedly needs to be said clearly because no one has confirmed anything about a second baby, and neither Nelly nor Ashanti have hinted at an announcement beyond enjoying their marriage. Still, fans believe the timing of the comment, the setting, and his tone all felt a little too intentional to be completely random. What stood out to me personally was how Nelly balanced that playful comment with, "I'm out here getting the money." That part matters. It shows he's very aware of his image as a provider, a performer, and a husband. He wasn't just joking for shock value, he was reminding people that he's handling business and enjoying his personal life at the same time. If this is true, it's very concerning for anyone still trying to paint Nelly as immature or stuck in the past, because this version of him looks focused, calm, and grown. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, though, because I want to hear it. Do you think Nelly was just joking and flirting like any married man would after a good show? Or do you think he was low-key hinting at something bigger coming down the line with Ashanti? Do you think fans are doing too much? Or do you think celebrities know exactly how to tease without saying too much? Drop your thoughts because the timeline is divided on this one. And what really adds another layer is the location. Miami is already known for wild energy, late nights, and blurred lines between performance and personal life. Being backstage at 11 Miami, fresh off a successful set, adrenaline pumping, it's easy for words to slip, but it's also easy for truths to slip too. Fans caught that smile, that pause, that confidence in his voice, and they ran with it. Some even said Ashanti must have been backstage somewhere laughing because she knows her husband and his sense of humor. Another thing people aren't talking about enough is how comfortable Nelly looks being open about his wife publicly now. Years ago, he was much more guarded. Now he's casually bringing her up in nightlife spaces, not just red carpet interviews or family-friendly settings. That shift alone is why fans are so invested. It feels like a man who is proud of where he is, not worried about speculation, and not afraid of what people might assume. And when a celebrity stops caring about controlling the narrative, that's usually when the narrative starts telling on itself. And picking right back up from that moment, what made fans even more curious was how Nelly didn't walk anything back afterward. Usually, when celebrities say something that gets the internet buzzing, you'll see a quick clarification, a joke follow-up, or a post to calm things down. None of that happened here. No correction, no y'all doing too much, no denial, silence. And in celebrity culture, silence is loud. Fans believe when an artist lets speculation breathe, it's either because it doesn't bother them or because it's not completely off base. That's why the comment kept circulating long after the clip stopped trending. Then you've got people replaying the interview frame by frame, breaking down his body language. He wasn't nervous, he wasn't evasive, he looked relaxed, smiling, and very sure of himself. Let's be real, that's not how someone talks when they're worried about backlash at home. That's how someone talks when they're comfortable in their relationship and confident their partner knows exactly who they are. Fans pointed out that Ashanti has always said she appreciates honesty and humor, so this kind of comment probably didn't shock her at all. What also came up in fan discussions is how different this feels from Nelly's past relationships. Back in the day, he was much more private, sometimes even dismissive when it came to relationship questions. Now he's openly calling Ashanti his wife in nightlife spaces, not just red carpet interviews or family-friendly settings. That shift matters. It shows a man who isn't compartmentalizing anymore. Work, marriage, fun, and flirtation all exist in the same space for him now, and that's a big change. Some fans also connected this moment to how Ashanti has been moving lately. She's been talking about balance, family, and protecting her peace. She hasn't been chasing the spotlight nonstop. She's selective, grounded, and very intentional. So when Nelly says something playful like that, people assume there's alignment behind the scenes. If this is true, it's very concerning for anyone still hoping to see drama between them, because everything points to stability, not chaos. Now, of course, there were critics. A few people said Nelly should keep certain things private, especially knowing how quickly rumors spread. Others felt it was unnecessary to say in an interview setting. But even those critics admitted it didn't come off disrespectful. It wasn't crude, it wasn't degrading, and it didn't cross into inappropriate territory. It sounded like a married man joking about being happy to go home with his wife after doing his job well. And honestly, that's not a scandal, that's a flex. What really sealed the conversation, though, was when fans tied it back to his "I'm out here getting the money" line. That wasn't random. That was him grounding the moment, almost like saying, yes, I love my wife, yes, I enjoy my marriage, but I'm also still hustling, still working, still providing. That balance is what a lot of people aspire to, and it's why this comment landed differently than it would have 10 or 15 years ago. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, though, because I want to know where you land now that we've sat with this a bit. Do you see this as harmless, married humor, or do you think Nelly knew exactly what he was doing by saying that on camera? Do you think fans are doing too much, or do you think celebrities know exactly how to tease without saying too much? Drop your thoughts, because the timeline is divided on this one. And before we wrap this up, let's zoom out for a second. This moment wasn't about sex, rumors, or even potential babies at its core. It was about visibility. A hip-hop artist who's been in the game for decades, showing comfort in love, marriage, and success without feeling the need to downplay any of it. That's rare, and that's why even a simple backstage comment turned into a full-blown conversation. So whether nothing comes of this, or whether we're looking back at this clip months from now saying, wow, the signs were there, one thing is clear: Nelly is enjoying his life, his marriage, and his career on his own terms. And the internet is watching every step, every smile, every comment, waiting for the next chapter to unfold. If you enjoyed this breakdown and you want more real talk celebrity commentary like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. But that's all I have for you, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you all.